The day the palace shook. It began like any other slow-moving royal news day, a drip feed of public engagements, charity visits, and diplomatic appearances until Tom Bower, the man known in Fleet Street circles as the Royal Rottweiler, dropped his latest bombshell. Hidden deep within his archives, Bower revealed, were hours of secretly obtained recordings. The content? Unfiltered conversations and private admissions by individuals allegedly close to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, painting an unflattering picture of life behind the gilded gates. The impact was immediate. Buckingham Palace aides, accustomed to crisis management, described the atmosphere as near hysterical the moment the news broke. But for Prince Harry, sources say the fury was personal, not just at Bower's audacity, but at the suggestion that Meghan's actions may have created the conditions for such damning material to exist in the first place. For those unfamiliar, Tom Bower is not just another royal commentator. A seasoned investigative journalist, his career has been built on peeling back the protective layers, shielding the powerful. From exposing political corruption to dismantling corporate giants, Bower's specialty is uncomfortable truth. When he turned his lens toward Meghan Markle and Prince Harry in his previous books, the results were explosive, painting Meghan as a strategic operator with ambitions that extended far beyond acting and charity work. His critics call his work biased, his supporters call it fearless. The tapes, Bower claims, are the missing pieces that give context to Meghan's rise and Harry's transformation from loyal prince to royal exile. At the heart of Bower's latest exposé lies one unavoidable thread: Meghan Markle's influence. The tapes allegedly reveal conversations in which close acquaintances describe Meghan as uncompromising, calculating, and skilled at turning a situation to her advantage. One segment reportedly discusses her early days in the royal family, where she is said to have kept detailed mental notes of perceived slights from who failed to greet her warmly, to which senior royals did not publicly back her initiatives. While none of this is illegal, the framing is damning. Critics argue that such traits, while celebrated in Hollywood, are politically toxic in a monarchy where quiet deference is the currency of survival. For Meghan supporters, however, this is nothing more than the latest misogynistic attempt to paint an ambitious woman as dangerous. Multiple insiders claim Harry's rage was immediate upon hearing what Bower had on tape. He felt ambushed, says one former palace aide. For him, it wasn't just about the content, it was the idea that his private world was once again under forensic dissection. Harry has spent years insisting that his departure from the royal family was about protecting his wife and children from an intrusive press. But these tapes, if authentic, undermine that narrative by suggesting the couple were not only aware of media manipulation but, at times, participants in it. According to one leak, a voice allegedly resembling Meghan's can be heard discussing how to pivot a negative news story by feeding a more damaging one about another royal, a claim her lawyers are said to be preparing to fight vigorously. The palace's response, or rather, lack thereof, has been telling. While official spokespeople have refused to comment, palace insiders have hinted at deep concern about the tape's implications. This isn't just a reputational issue, says a senior royal historian. If what Bower has is as serious as he suggests, it could permanently damage Harry's position within the family. The monarchy thrives on trust, and if private matters are being exploited for personal or commercial gain, that's catastrophic. Behind the scenes, some courtiers reportedly believe this could mark the final severing of ties between Harry and the rest of the royal family, a breach from which reconciliation is impossible. Within hours of the news breaking, headlines from London to Los Angeles framed the story in starkly different ways. British tabloids zeroed in on Meghan's alleged machinations, while American outlets were more cautious, focusing on the potential intrusion of privacy angle. Social media, however, was merciless. Hashtags like #MeghanExposed and #HarryHumiliated trended on X, formerly Twitter, with users dissecting every known detail of the tapes and speculating wildly on what else might emerge. In contrast, pro-Meghan accounts launched #StandWithMeghan, arguing the tapes were just another example of Britain's entrenched hostility toward her. According to PR experts, Meghan's next moves will be critical. If she ignores it, the narrative hardens. If she addresses it, She risks legitimizing it, says a California-based crisis manager familiar with celebrity scandals. Rumors already suggest her team is preparing a high-profile interview, possibly with an American network, to reframe the story on her terms. Past patterns suggest she could lean on themes of racism, sexism, and the toll of public scrutiny, presenting herself as the victim of a coordinated smear campaign. Whether this strategy can withstand the weight of the alleged tapes remains to be seen. Polling data released in the wake of Bauer's revelation suggests a measurable shift in sentiment toward Meghan and Harry in the UK. Approval ratings, already low, dipped further, with Meghan's personal rating hitting a new low since she left royal duties. In the US, the picture is more mixed. While her core supporters remain steadfast, a growing number of Americans express fatigue over the couple's ongoing public disputes with the monarchy. "It's drama fatigue," says one cultural commentator. "People were sympathetic at first. Now it's just endless grievance." For the House of Windsor, this is more than a PR skirmish, it's a fracture in the family itself. King Charles, already managing the pressures of his reign, faces an impossible balancing act, extending an olive branch to his son without alienating the institution he is sworn to protect. Prince William, by contrast, is reportedly beyond patience with his brother. Sources suggest the two have had little to no direct communication since the release of Harry's memoir Spare, and Bauer's tapes are unlikely to change that. If history is any guide, this scandal will not fade quietly. Tom Bauer is known for strategic timing, and there are whispers that more damaging material could be released in phases, keeping the story alive for months. For Meghan, the challenge will be maintaining her carefully curated image in the face of such sustained scrutiny. For Harry, it will be deciding whether to stand by his wife publicly as he always has, or quietly begin the long, painful process of distancing himself from the chaos. As the dust begins to settle, one thing is certain: the Bauer tapes have opened a new and unpredictable chapter in the saga of Harry and Meghan. For supporters of the couple, this is just another attack in a relentless campaign of vilification. For critics, it is long overdue confirmation of what they have suspected all along, that behind the smiles and soundbites lies a calculated quest for control. Either way, the monarchy's most turbulent modern relationship is once again the subject of global fascination, and neither side appears ready to surrender.